This is what Minecraft VR normally looks like, and this is what it looks like when you add a couple of mods.
In my opinion, playing Minecraft in virtual reality is easily one of the most immersive ways to play. But there's always been one drawback, which you can actually see just over there, the render distance.
Even with the most beastly of PCs, if you wanted to put on shaders, the max you could do was about 15 chunks before the FPS just got way too low.
Well, thanks to one mod called Voxy, we can go from this to this. And by watching this video to the very end, you can learn how to do it too.
First things first, I had to see if I could get Voxy and Vivecraft to work together. So I made a really basic mod pack with those two mods, along with Chunky and some performance mods to try and make the experience as smooth as possible. Oh, also for this first step, I decided to load up the game in flat screen mode first to do all of the loading, as I think trying to load Chunky in VR sounds like a terrible idea and asking for my PC to explode. Then the second thing I did was to also disable Voxy, as I don't want Voxy attempting to load in while Chunky is also trying to load in. And with that, everything was ready to go, and I went on to make a new world. All right, we are in. Okay, so now we need to enable Chunky to do what it needs to do. So if we go here and type in Chunky, we'll just do shape first, and we'll make it a circle. That's done that now. So now we do Chunky again, radius, and we'll do 512 chunks. We'll try that first, and then we'll do Chunky start and see how it does. I have no idea how long this is going to take, but we shall see when the thing starts. Boom, 17 minutes, 23 minutes, 26 minutes, 27 minutes. All right, we might be here for a while. Okay, it's finished. Let's now quit this, get into VR, and see if it'll work. Okay, we are in. It is the same. So it hasn't actually done anything yet. This is pretty comfortably at 75 frames per second. Okay, let's see if we can do this. /Voxy, import, world, enter. Oh, something's happening. Something's happening, but it doesn't seem to like it. Oh, it's important. It's doing it. Hang on, it's doing it now. Ooh. Oh, it's loaded. Hang on. I think it's working. Oh. I mean, this is kind of insane. Holy moly. According to my little thing here on my arm that you can't see, we're getting 75 FPS here in game. It doesn't feel laggy. It feels pretty good. That's crazy. I'm actually really blown away. Look, you can even see like a forest, cherry blossom forest way across the ocean, or like this massive lake.
So now I knew that Voxy works with Vivecraft, and not only does it works pretty amazingly well. I mean, just look at this. So naturally, I decided it was time to start pushing the limits of this mod with Vivecraft to see just how far it can go.
Let's get to the real test here though. I think the real test is definitely me going into the video settings here and going to shader packs, and we're gonna put on Photon, because I've heard that that's kind of cool. Oh, hold on. Okay, hang on. It's not loaded the chunks though, which is interesting. And unfortunately, as you can see, I couldn't get the Photon shader to work. I tried changing the settings a bunch, and that led to some, let's call them interesting results. Ooh. What the heck have I done? What has happened? The world's gone purple. Which for me is a damn shame, as from what I've read from most people online, people consider this Photon shader to be the best pairing with Voxy. Either way, I did have a backup plan, and so I moved on to trying another one. Oh, see, now this is what this one's actually trying to work. Oh, look at these giant chunks. Let's give it a second to load. Holy mo, and it's so smooth. And as you can see here, I was simply blown away. I'm so impressed. The fact that I am playing this, and this is even somewhat working, is friggin' believable. Man, if I had this when I was playing my Herobrine series, this would have been insane. Look at that. How am I looking at this in VR? Why would I ever not do this? For a VR world in Minecraft. And you can see where it's loading in a little bit, like there in front of me, but honestly, who cares? God, this is awesome. Like, honestly, like there was maybe a tiny drop in FPS since I started moving, but I think that's just because I'm moving and the world is like loading. Like, if I go back this way and start moving this way, it feels fine. This is being included in the next mod pack for sure. What? What? This is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Come here, sheep. We're gonna enjoy this together. This is so beautiful. It's so pretty. What is this? I know. And there's no drop. There's basically no drops in frames.
So now we know not only can we run Voxy with Vivecraft, but we can also run it with shaders with not that much of a drop in FPS. But you know what? I didn't want to just stop there. Now I really wanted to try pushing things to the limit.
So I went off the game and installed the Terralift and Tectonic mods, which basically make the biome generation go from basic Minecraft biomes to massive, expansive New Zealand-esque biomes. I also installed some mods to make the structures in-game larger too, like the Grand Capitals mod. And then to top it all off, I also added fresh animations and all the other mods I like to use with Vivecraft. And with that, I once again started a new game in flat screen to load all of the chunks, went back into VR to load Voxy, and this was the result.
4,000 chunks a second. Whoa. Whoa, what in the avatar? Wow. Oh my god. I kind of dig the floating islands that look amazing, because even though that is not what I was expecting, it looks cool. Look at the tower over there. Look at that. It does feel a bit slow. I'm not going to lie. I think my computer is struggling with this. The only thing I think I could maybe do is if we turn down the actual chunks it's rendering in real life to maybe 10. Because it could be that there's jungle. It could be that we're in the jungle right now. As we know, it struggles with that. 10. Apply. That has actually increased our frames a little bit there. This is wild. I'm getting 60 to 70 frames per second with this draw distance with shaders on in virtual reality. In my Herobrine, I probably wouldn't have even been able to see that tower.
These mods all working together genuinely turn Minecraft VR, a game where you couldn't see 20 meters in front of you if you wanted to use shaders, into a game more similar to Breath of the Wild mixed with Lord of the Rings. It's honestly so impressive that this works.
You can see towers in the distance. You can see the way the river goes around. You can tell where the river's gonna go because of the way the environments are moving. Like, this is such a massive thing that it almost makes me want to start another Minecraft series again. Playing Vivecraft with this is just a completely different thing. I'm just so shocked that this is working as well as it is. I wouldn't have expected this anytime soon, being able to do something like this in VR. Like, it just changes the game, just fundamentally changes it. It's like, oh, what are those lights over there? Let's go look at that. Oh, I wonder what those are. It completely changes the way that you play Minecraft and the way you would play Vivecraft with this. I'm genuinely finding this just so incredibly amazing because it's just not anything that I've ever experienced in VR before. But I think this might be the most draw distance of any game in VR because of this mod. I can't think of another game where I can see further and have this good a frame rate. I know that people that don't play VR Minecraft probably aren't understanding why I'm freaking out so much about this. The reason I'm freaking out about this so much is because the most that I could play, the draw distance that I had to use with a 5090 on my new system is 15. 15. That is it. I couldn't see that mountain. I couldn't see any of this. Probably even that valley. I could probably see maybe up to that wall there, into that ravine. Maybe. And now I have this with basically the same-ish frame rate, maybe slightly less in certain areas, maybe slightly more. But if you have a VR headset, you need to give this a go. I don't know how well it will work on other systems with less power. It might not work at all, but my goodness, do you need to try? At least try, because if it does work and you can get this, this is just madness. And there you have it. You now know how to get some insane view distances in Minecraft VR. And if you want to try this for yourself on your machine, I'm actually going to make it easy for you by making a mod pack available on Modrimp for you all to download. In fact, it's this exact mod pack that I've been using in this video. So it's got all the VR mods, Terralift, Tectonic, and all of the performance mods too. Anyways, I'll put a link in the description of this video to the mod pack, along with a list of the commands that I use to get Chunky and Voxy working. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you making it this far into the video. Leave a like and a hype if you feel like it, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye guys.